Hello, Aries. Welcome. Take a seat and relax. There is nothing you need to do in this present moment except to relax and enjoy your reading. And to start your reading off, Aries, we have card number 10. This is my nature card. This card comes up when it is helpful to go outside, which is all the time, but especially in whatever situation right now, or even if you are not in a situation. How fun is it to be outside in the nature? How fun is it to remind ourselves how small we really are? You know, if you ever go outside and look at the stars, like, can you imagine how far that moon is? And it looks so huge. How huge this earth is, how small we are, how big our whole environment is, and we're just so small. Like we can see ants, you know, and we can see how small ants are. Like, we are literally ants, even smaller than ants, to this whole earth. You know, we're like probably as small as atoms in the perspective of the universe. We are so small. Yet sometimes the things that we do feel so big, and our stresses feel so big. And that is true. The things that we do can be so big, you know. Just something as simple as somebody is having a bad day and you come across them in the street and you just smile at them and say, hey, how's it going? You know, have a genuine conversation with somebody. Something that small can be so big sometimes. So go out in nature, feel your surroundings. Feel yourself be such a small thing in this huge, bigger whole. Yet we are a part of that whole, you know. My finger is such a small thing compared to the rest of my body, but I wouldn't be me without that finger. We are part of this big whole universe. And I don't know, it's just so crazy. So one thing I want to say as well, when I lit this candle right before I started the reading, and one thing that hasn't been happening at all this week was that this candle went way up here. That was a huge fire, which I thought was kind of cool because I'm doing fire signs today. We're starting with you, Aries. But I thought that was for sure part of the reading, how big that fire was. And look, now it's back to its small original self, but it was so big. A lot of passion, a lot of fire, a lot of movement. Three of Cups and the Judgment, and you are not alone. This whole universe has your back. Did I say Three of Cups? Because this is the Three of Pentacles. See, that guy is not alone. You know, this is all about contribution. You know, you are such a small self in this big whole, but your contribution matters immensely. And how is it that you want to contribute to this big whole universe, you know? Judgment, number 20. I rarely see Judgment in this deck come out, so I am going to grab this book here and read what this book says about the Judgment card. This Judgment is about awakening, evaluationing, reckoning, rebirthing, revivaling, and self-awarenessing. When the Fool encounters Judgment, he is hearing the resounding call of his own spirit to look beyond himself. This card symbolizes a rebirth of the soul that comes with new awakenings. This angel on this card is a messenger from one's higher consciousness, beckoning the Fool to live his life with more awareness so that he can conduct himself with authenticity and enjoy every moment. One by one. Have you ever experienced a moment of sudden realization that would change your course of actions for good? Those moments fall under the Judgment card. What revelation have you had recently? Which messages can you no longer ignore? These will feel like callings, pulling you from a slumber into full awareness and awakening. Follow your purpose. Align yourself with your highest purpose and follow your calling. Now is the time to banish your fears and take the plunge. Strong decisions must be made, and that requires being sure of what your path is. Embrace your rebirth. We are going out into nature and sharing this rebirth with the world, because the world is huge and you are so small. But any small thing can have a big impact in the world. And it looks like you are one of those people, Aries, that have this passion, this big fire within you that can have a big impact in the world right now. Creativity and possibilities. Yeah. Wow. Creativity. This is the major arcana. And 3-3. Okay. 2 of Wands. Possibilities. Literally, we have infinite potential at the moment, especially with the rebirth. Every baby has insane potential. They have so many years ahead of them and so many things they can explore and so many things they can do. And so imagine this as you're rebirthing, you're reawakening. This, especially if you are an adult, right? Because adults become boring and stagnant and they just have the same pattern that they do for the rest of their lives. But there are others who don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to keep learning new things. I want to keep having fun. I don't want to do the same thing over and over and over again. And it looks like you don't want to do that either. And you are not alone, right? Just like I am saying this, I feel that way. You feel that way. There are multiple people that feel that way. And it's time for those people to share and to not feel so alone, because I don't know, I feel pretty alone. My family, the ones closest to me, don't feel the same way I do. But this is saying, go out in the nature, go out in the real world, go out, and you will come across people that feel the same way as you and that have similar ideas as you. And together we have infinite potential, and there are a lot of possibilities. This world right now can go any which way. We can go into destruction or we can go into creation mode, because this feels like, the world is heading towards destruction, but it feels like a tower card, right? It feels like our beliefs and our patterns, just like I was saying, that people start doing the same thing over and over again in a bigger sense, right? Because we are small self in a bigger whole. In a bigger sense, I feel like everything, this earth is going through one of those tower moments, to where things have been going the same way for a while, but with on this new technology, things are being destroyed, old beliefs are being destroyed, and it's time to create new ones. So do we want to create new ones with the same old beliefs? Because that is what's happening right now, but we are noticing how that's not what we want, right? Because if we use all of this new technology, all of this new stuff, and we created the same old things that we've been creating for decades and centuries, well, that's going to lead us to destruction. That's going to lead us to that Matrix movie, right? But this is the time for when we want to create new things, create new beautiful things. And that is why a lot of us are here, I think, because why else would you put yourself into an environment to where the world is lighting itself on fire? But I think that's why a lot of people, a lot of angels have decided to become a human during this time period, so that we can all together contribute and create a new world. 10 of Pentacles and 8 of Cups. Indolence. Okay. Well, the first thing that popped up in my head was, do you not have much money? Do you have not much wealth? How do you feel about the wealth that you are in right now? And you might feel not good about the wealth that you are at right now. I know I am not. But that doesn't mean that it's going to stay that way. what is the views on having a lot of money, right? Because there are very few people with a lot of money, and it makes it feel like it's bad to have a lot of money. But ultimately, it's not bad to have a lot of money. Ultimately, the bad thing is what you do with said money. It is good to have a lot of money. Can you imagine having that freedom? Like the seagull, being able to do whatever you want and not be having to worry about not having enough money to fund your projects, to fund your creative projects. So I think the viewpoint that you have on your wealth is what needs to be viewed right now, because there are many possibilities here. There's so many possibilities of your creations bringing you said wealth. You just gotta want it, right? Imagine money as a relationship, as a friendship, right? If you tell your friends that they are not good and that they're bad and that you don't need them, is that going to be a good relationship? Is that going to be a good friendship? Probably not. But if you tell your friends, hey, I want to hang out with you, man. I want to spend time with you. I want you in my life. That's going to be a good relationship. So it's time that we treat money the same way, so that money wants to come into our lives. That is one thing I will work on with you, Aries. So taking care of your money. And this card fell on the ground. Number 40. Yeah. And number 19. Okay, yeah, it's time to have fun. It's time to create. It's time to find those fellow people that are like you and have ideas like you. And it's time to work together to create this world into a beautiful place. Number 40. This is about the good old days, right? So just like I was saying, why do you think your soul, I think our souls wanted to come during this moment in time to help create a better world, right? So sometimes it feels like a punishment to be alive at this moment, but I mean, it's like I said, it's more, if we have the viewpoint of it being a punishment, then it's gonna suck. Right? But if you have the viewpoint of, I came here during this difficult time because I want to help make this world a better place. That is a very different perspective. And that is the perspective that your soul has. Where your soul knows that these are the good old days. So take a pause, look around and enjoy the moment and start finding that soul family of yours. Because we don't have much time here on Earth. Humans don't live very long. And that would suck if you died and your soul looked back at its life as a human and it was upset at itself because it spent most of its time, being hard on itself and punishing itself, instead of having a good time being a human and enjoying the things that humans do. Because Dwight is here saying it's now or never, right? He literally says that for a few seconds every decade we exist. There are moments where we can affect change, and these are those moments. So storm the castle, tick. Come on, tuck. What say you, Aries? Tick, tuck. It's now or never. Yeah, let's go. All right, I really hope this reading helped, Aries. If it did help, please help me as well by leaving a like, leaving a comment, and subscribing if you would like to keep hanging out, as this is a safe place where we try to figure life out together. So thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.